Hey folks, Sealer here. Today is Wednesday, November 18th. I hope you are having a great week so far. Now, Wargaming has announced the details of the next bounty event being hosted on the North America server. This will take place between Friday, November 27th and Sunday, the 29th. So that's the extended holiday following Thanksgiving in the US. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with these bounty events, they occur periodically and are hosted by Wargaming North America on the North America server. They give players in random battles an opportunity to sink special opponents to earn prizes. Now, we very recently had another bounty event that was during the Halloween period called Pumpkin Smash, and the special opponents in that event were called Escaped Pumpkins. In this event, the special opponents are called turkeys. Now, in order to pull all of this off, we need volunteers, and that's kind of the main thrust of this video. So during the Halloween event a few weeks ago, I volunteered as an escape pumpkin, and I had a really good time. And I'm seriously looking at doing it again for the Thanksgiving period. There's a lot of perks for the players that do volunteer for this. So first of all, depending upon the average number of games played by the total group, we earn a different level of rewards. So I'll get to that here in a moment. But to me, the two biggest benefits I felt out of volunteering was one, establishing a really good network with a body of other players who were participating in as the special opponents. And with the Wargaming staff, especially Hapa Fodder and his team that were supporting this project. So Hapa Fodder is one of the community managers in the Wargaming North America office, and he's the one that organizes all of this. And he's got a network of folks that work with him to make sure everything runs smoothly. And it's been a real pleasure to work with them. The other benefit of doing this is that you are volunteering as a turkey is you will play on a special account, which is essentially a press account. And these press accounts have access to almost all of the ships in the game, everything except, I think, steel ships and research bureau ships. They will include ships that are currently no longer in circulation, like the Jean Bar, the Missouri, the Belfast, the Kitakazi, I'm sorry, not the Kitakazi, the Kamikaze Sisters, the Iwaki Alpha, the Arkansas Beta, the Kutuzov. There's a whole bunch of these ships that are no longer available to purchase, but are on these accounts and you get to play. Plus, it's also a chance to play most of the other premiums in the game. So if there are premiums that maybe you had your eye on for the holidays, or maybe potentially get through one of the Black Friday event boxes or something like that, you can play those ships on these accounts. Now, these accounts, like I said, are very rich because they're press accounts. They're very rich in resources. They have way more doubloons and credits that you could possibly use for the weekend event. Each ship comes with a 19-point commander, so you get to fully spec out everything. So it's a very game rewarding experience to participate. And it's a very fun experience because, like I said, you get to play a lot of ships that maybe you haven't had exposure to, or get to play in ways that you haven't in the past, and say, hey, I'd really like to have a 19-point commander on some ship on my regular account. What is that like to feel, to have that capability on the ship on the press account? So like I said, there's a lot of benefits that way. All right, so going through the details. So after I'm trying to convince you to look into volunteering, let me go through some details here. So as I mentioned, the event itself will take place between the 27th and the 29th. Now, registration for becoming a turkey has already opened, and it will be open through Monday the 23rd. There is a link that will take you to a World of Warships forum article where you can notify Wargaming that you would like to volunteer as a turkey. So that's where you go to do the volunteering. There is a schedule when the turkeys play, so they will start in the evening US hours or North America hours on Friday the 27th, and it will be a continuous process through the end of Sunday the 29th. You can see there are these different time slots, 3 or 4 hours long. Sometimes we have to play specific tiers. Sometimes we can play all tiers. In fact, during the Halloween event, I played one game at tier 2 and 2 or maybe 3 games at tier 4. I think I heard anecdotally some players even tried to do tier 1. The idea is to basically give even some of the lower tier players an opportunity to sync you to earn prizes. But you can play all tiers during those slots, obviously up to tier 10. There's a list of rewards for players that do sync turkeys. That includes some camouflage, some economic signals, and you get the community turkey shoot flag. In fact, one thing that I'll mention here is that if you are syncing a turkey as a regular player, not as a turkey, if you sync a turkey, you can earn these rewards once per game. I do know of some players that had sunk like 4, 5, 6 opponents during the bounty events when they occurred. So they actually got a fair number of rewards doing that. Now, turkeys are not supposed to attack other turkeys, and that's where I'm going to get to the next main topic. So there's this list of terms of engagement, and basically these are the rules that we have to operate by if we're going to volunteer. Honestly, the list may look somewhat long, but most of this is just common sense. Like, turkeys should not attack other turkeys unless it's a matter of last resort to try to win a game. Be respectful and considerate, and good behavior in matches, right? You're going to stick to random battles, stick to the schedule, play the tiers that are required during time slots, things like that. So most of this, like I said, is pretty common sense. And there's nothing in here that's really controversial in any way. I mean, there are some things here like turkeys not play CVs, but otherwise, most of this is pretty obvious. Now, there are some rewards that turkeys will receive for playing as a turkey, and the minimum requirement is that you play 10 battles during the event, which is really pretty small. During the Halloween event, I personally played, I think, like 50 battles, and I know of colleagues that played 70 or 80. In fact, I think one person played like 100. But playing 10 is quite straightforward. It's not a burden at all. But if you play, as long as you play at least 10, you'll get 3 days of premium and the turkey shoot event flag for your regular account. And then Wargaming has set up a sort of a tier of rewards based on the average number of battles played across all of the turkeys. So if the average number of battles played by turkeys is 25, we get a bunch of camouflage. If we, on average, play 35 battles, we get not only the rewards from 25, but we get everything here, at the 35 level, which includes more camouflage, 2 U.S. battleship collection containers, and then once we get to 45 battles, we'll get even more camouflage and a free Black Friday container. So the rewards here are material, and again, for me, it was mostly about the experience. And I had a really good time doing it, and I would strongly encourage folks look into potentially volunteering. So again, I'll leave a link to this article in the description below, but you can find it on the World of Warships website. It's right out front right now. And the key thing is to click on this link to take you to the forum post to sign up if you are interested in volunteering. So I think that's going to pretty well wrap it up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If Hoppa Fodder or his team happen to watch this, if they find something I misstated, feel free to correct me. But like I said, that's going to pretty well wrap it up. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. And as always, we hope to see you out there on the virtual seas, and we wish you happy sailing.